What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy Gabe, and today we are making my personal favorite drink of all time, hands down. I even have a root beer keg. Yes, we're making root beer. We're making homemade root beer, and we're making a very quick, easy, and effective way of making root beer. So let's get started. So like I said, this recipe is super simple. It is way easier and way cheaper than trying to actually make root beer. One, because making root beer takes a lot of time. In fact, most recipes call for anywhere from 30 to 60 days of fermenting, which also is the second thing. It creates alcohol, so it's not even really soda anymore at that point. Third, a lot of the ingredients you can't actually buy in the US, and so you have to buy them from overseas to have them shipped to the US. Therefore, it costs a lot of money for them to ship it overseas. So for like a little 2-ounce packet of one of the herbs, it's going to cost you like $100 just to get it shipped over here. So this is the much safer, more reliable, way easier, and honestly quite delicious way of doing it. I've made this a couple times before, and to be honest, this doesn't make enough because everybody wants it and drinks it all, and by the time you even get around to it, it's all gone. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to start with is you want to start by making basically your simple syrup. So you need about 2 cups of water, and then you need about 2 cups of sugar, equal parts. Okay, so I got my water in there. And then what you also need while you're making your simple syrup is you need, obviously, the most important ingredient, which is root beer concentrate. Now you can find this, it took me a while to find it, but you should be able to find it at stores. If you can't find it at stores, you can definitely buy it online. I found this a while back. I don't know why I obviously all of a sudden can't find them anymore, but if you can find them at the store, get them. Otherwise, they're not too horribly expensive online. And then another thing that I want to add, you don't have to add it, but just to give it a little bit more root beery flavor, I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract. And then I got just plain old, regular carbonated seltzer water. And that's all you need. So we're gonna add about 2 cups of sugar. Now some recipes call for 3. I think it's too sweet that way, and it takes away from the whole root beer taste. So start with 2, and if it's not sweet enough, or if it's too sweet, add another cup of water or add another cup of sugar. Okay, and I'm just gonna give this one little stir. But you just wanna bring this to a boil. Then once it boils, the sugar should be dissolved, and then you're gonna add in your vanilla and your root beer concentrate. Now the nice thing about the root beer concentrate is that it kind of does the work for you. It kind of has all the ingredients that most soda has, or most root beer soda has in it. So it avoids buying, small amounts of the herb just to spend, $20, $30 on a little 1.5 ounce packet when you can just take the easy way and it's all in one little bottle. All right, so this is starting to boil. I'm gonna let this kind of reduce a little bit to kind of turn more into a syrup. So give it, I don't know, about 5 or 6 minutes, just enough to let it reduce a little bit, and once it reduces, then we'll add our vanilla and our root beer, and then we'll kind of start putting things together. Alright, so I cut my heat. Now we're going to add our vanilla and our root beer concentrate. So for the vanilla, since there's some vanilla in the root beer concentrate, you don't need to add a whole lot. So honestly, maybe just a teaspoon should be more than plenty. Kind of give it that like creamsicle kind of taste to it, but literally just a teaspoon, maybe even a little under a teaspoon, but no more than a teaspoon, because you don't want it to overpower everything. Alright, and now for the important stuff, you need to add at least 2 tablespoons of your root beer concentrate. Alright, momentary pause. Had a mild panic attack, but found out that root beer concentrate apparently has an expiration date. Didn't know that. Well, now I do. So I have had some trouble finding it the past couple of days, but I finally found it at a hardware store, out of all places. But we are still making root beer. Everything's okay. It's all good. Deep breath. Let's get back to making root beer. Almost has like a brown sugary kind of smell to it. It's kind of nice. And if it's not root beer enough for you, you can always add more root beer concentrate. Just know that you want to add a little bit at a time because it is concentrate, and you don't want it to be too root beery because there's such thing as too much of a good thing. All right, so I got it to the reduction that I want it. So we're going to get a very big pitcher. You want this to be bigger than 2 liters because you're using a 2 liter of seltzer water plus a little bit extra for the syrup. So let's start combining stuff. So the first thing I want to do is I want to pour my seltzer water in. Add that in. Okay, and then we're going to add our syrup. Okay, we're going to put the lid on this. We're going to throw this in the fridge for at least an hour until it gets nice and dark. All right, there you go. We got homemade root beer. Now I know what you're thinking, Gabe, how did it magically just change colors like that? Well, not to give any hints away, but certain colors, when mixed together, tend to create a brownish hue per se. And so when you mix certain colors together, they equal brown. Hence why the first ingredient of most soda is caramel color. Hence the color combo. Hence the dark color. Because it's actually very clear when it starts, because it's just a simple sugar and carbonated water. Now another thing is, unfortunately, it kind of lost its fizz. So if you have like a carbonation machine or soda stream or something along that line to kind of give it some more fizzy, go for it. Otherwise, let's see if it at least tastes like root beer. Cheers. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, if it had its fizziness, I guarantee you this would taste pretty darn close to real root beer. This is very good. I probably could have done without the vanilla. The vanilla is a nice hint to it. But if it had its fizziness, I would say we got something going. But other than that, it definitely tastes like root beer. And I promise, I'm a big root beer guy. And I definitely drink this on a hot summer day. Well, there you have it, guys. Homemade root beer. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button next to it. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what I should do next. And on that note, guys, as always, peace out.